Hello everyone, this is a slightly different type of review. I don't want to just sit in front of a camera and talk about it. This is my experience with this wing, with my first ever dock start session, which we had so much fun, me and Josh and a friend of his, Timmy, and also I took it out proning the next day to just find out what that's like. So I've got some thoughts to share. Should you get this as a flat day, light wind, downwind, crossover wing that can do all sorts of different jobs for you, especially if you're heavier. So let's jump into this review / experience, and I hope this is helpful. If you got any questions, please drop them in the comments. Other than that, let's go into the dock session.
Oh my good, that is hilarious. Rightio, that's how you dock start.
Oh my god! Oh, I can't get it to get up.
That's what she said.
Well, that was a success, you bastard.
Oh wow! Oh, I'm tired. That first bit tanked me.
First go, mate.
Bro.
First try, first dock start, success.
That was pure luck. Success! It's my first ever dock start. Amazing. My hair's still dry.
The key to dock starting, boys, don't think about it too much. Just straight in, off you go.
Oh, he's done it! Yes!
That's a retarded pump butt.
It doesn't matter. I have to bleep retarded now.
I was like a monkey. See ya. Well, your feet were off and everything. Who's Minnie?
So at this point I'd gotten a little overconfident, and I tried to change my technique and try other bits and pieces, and for literally the next probably 12 goes I couldn't get back on foil. So the lesson is dock starting is hard and being consistent is hard. My leg's bigger than the other. What did I say?
Good.
No matter how well I pump, at 40 seconds I'm tanked.
Yeah.
This is so much harder than you think. I can't talk. I just missed a big boat, which is devastating. I'd just done a loop, and then a boat came past and I missed it. 20 scuba divers saw me fail. Alright, so this is the game for Pump Fest 13th of January. So you got a dock start, pump out, come back. Your partner, which is you, Josh, has to throw the bottle and I have to catch it while pumping. So to answer the first part of this review, should you get the 1300 PNG instead of say something like the 1150 or the 1310? And I think the answer is yes, you should get one, but if all you want to do is dock start and pump and you live on a lake or something of that nature, you might be better off with the 1150 or the 1310. It's probably a little more forgiving. But if you are doing what I'm doing, where you're doing a lot of crossover sports, so I'm doing downwinding, winging, and I prone, I actually think you should definitely move towards the 1300. It's faster and it still allows you to do all those things. And I wanted to know, how's it going to go prone surfing? So let's jump into the surf and I'll show you some clips and give you my thoughts on how it went. So it's fair to say that this is not conventionally a wing that you would use in the surf, but I was really curious to try it out. And I think there's good reason that someone wouldn't use this as their main wing. And I wanted to share some of those thoughts. So this was not my first takeoff on this wing. I actually tried to paddle into about 6 waves, and coming from the ART range, it was more difficult to get on foil paddling in than I expected. I thought it would just be up and going, but because of the slowness of the wing, when it does catch the wave, you actually have to get up quite quickly in order to get it high on the mast because it's so slow.
And that surprised me. I don't think I've really ever experienced what a slow wing is, because I sort of came straight into these amazing ART wings, but the PNG definitely felt slow. Now, the benefit to it is that it's so easy to pump. And the last clip is actually the longest I've ever been on foil in the surf, which is not particularly impressive given the records that are being set at the moment. But for me, it was a big milestone. But man, I was tanked. So the big downside for the surf is obviously this thing is so hard to turn. I'm on a longer fuse, so I'm on the standard red fuse, and then you got a 1300 wide wing. It really is designed for downwinding, light wind winging, and good chat, dock starting. But that's not to say that you, especially if you're a heavier, if you were in that 100 kilo range, this could be your prone wing. I'm a believer in that. If you wanted to be a pump and link prone surfer and you're a lot heavier, this could be your go-to wing, because it is fast enough. It's just not particularly fast. You will have to occasionally catch up to try and get on the waves. Now, I've bought this on the advice of SurfFX and Casey, because I'm going to start doing downwinding. And sorry, my wife is looking after children and shooting from the beach, so big shout out to my wife for doing this for me. Anybody who knows what it's like to get your wife to film knows it's usually a bit of a drama. So it was a quick enough wing, but it was just very unruly, very hard to control. This was my longest set that I got, which was about 3 minutes. And I was actually really tired by this point because I'd been dock starting the day previous. But nonetheless, I managed to make a lot of mistakes. You see how low I am on the mast here. I made a lot of mistakes and still linked quite a few waves. So it's I would have actually linked more if not for the last wave that I got. But I would say if you wanted a wing that can really do lots of different jobs pretty good, this is a good choice for a heavier rider and for a light wind winging and downwinding. Whereas something like the PNG 1150 is probably only really good at one or two things, which would be dock starting and say light wind winging, but you'll probably find it's a bit slow for winging. So the PNG 1300 gets a big tick from me. I'm so glad that I got it. Great sup wing, and something that if you've been thinking about adding a really big wing to your quiver, this might be a great choice. If you've got any questions or suggestions, please let me know in the comments. I hope this style of review is a little more entertaining. And yeah, if you buy an Axis PNG 1300, I don't have a discount code, but just put on there Foil Lords so that they know that you decided to buy it because of this video, because I'm trying to get sponsorship from companies so I can review more gear. So I'm just going to be totally upfront about it. So just put it in there, and then over time I can say, hey, look at all these people that have made this decision potentially because of a review, positive or negative. So I'm always going to be totally unbiased in all my reviews, but yeah, I don't know. Anyway, all right, well, that's the end of this video. You can see I'm completely tanked at this point, but very proud to have gotten to this point. I cannot understand for the life of me how Oscar did it 2 hours 46, let alone Adam Bennett's and that doing over an hour. It is just completely, oh, there's my baby. It's just completely baffling to me how those guys could get that sort of time on foil. And I'm trying to get there, but I don't think I ever will. So the challenge has been set. So anybody who's out there that wants to try, if you're a bit heavier, the 1300 is probably where you're going to be able to do it. So that's all from me, guys. Have a great week. I'll see you in the next one.